Hello, everyone. We're just want to wait a couple of minutes until everyone is here. But I can already start introduction a little bit the day, how it's going to be this webinar. So I'm Elisa. I'm the app marketing here at AppRadar, in case you don't know me. So welcome to this very special webinar. Actually, today we're talking about AppRadar and the tool joining forces, which is very exciting actually for me because I'm in AppRadar almost since the beginning, and it's so cool to be part of this really huge step, and I'm really excited to hear those guys talking about this. And if you're new to AppRadar, we have app webinars every month. This month we talked about mobile ad fraud, app store optimization. So if you want to get to know when the next webinar is, you can follow us in all of our social media channels. We have Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and we also have a YouTube channel that we have a lot of free educational content. So I totally recommend you to subscribe to it. Okay, so today we have three special persons in here that were really key persons for this whole joining forces of AppRadar and the tool. We have Daniel, the CEO and co-founder of the tool, Thomas, the CEO and co-founder of AppRadar, and Silvio, the COO at AppRadar. So welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us here today and taking the time to be here. And if you guys have any questions, you can put in the Q&A section, and we're going to look through it throughout the webinar. We're not going to use the raise hand function, so just put any questions in there. And the chat will only be used to send like useful links for you, so you can keep an eye on that. So to get started, I would ask you guys to introduce yourself to everybody, and I would suggest maybe to Daniel get started. So just talk a little bit about yourself and about everything. How is this whole joining forces going on for you?
Hi, everyone. Elisa, thank you for the introduction. I'm Daniel Perez. I'm the co-founder and former CEO of The Tool, but I'm also co-founder and CEO of Picasso, the leading app marketing agency in Spain. I'm an extreme entrepreneur, more or less. I've been launching, growing, and more or less creating digital businesses since maybe 15 or 20 like that years ago. And I'm really happy with this deal because it is a perfect match, in my humble opinion, to create, to join forces, as Elisa mentioned, and to create something huge. I hope, and I really think that we guys together can create something huge in terms of ASO, in terms of marketing, in terms of mobile growth in general, and help a lot of businesses all around to make more money or improve or optimize business through our solution, through our complete combined solution. And I'm very happy to be here. I'm so pleased to be here. And let's go with this amazing also webinar, and let's talk about how this deal has been done, what it means to customers, and what it means also for the industry. Because I really think that this movement is super good for the industry. It means the industry is evolving, is growing, and it means also that we are in a good industry right now. So very pleased to be here, and thank you for inviting me and for joining forces with us.
Okay, cool. I will go next. So hi, I'm Silvio. I'm the CEO of AppRadar. I joined the company about a bit more than 14 months ago or 15 months ago right now. I have started as a head of product at AppRadar, and now since September, I made the switch to the managing directors together with Thomas. In my humble resorts basically are the product, the services, and the IT department. And I will also today talk a bit about like what AppRadar is, like how it looks, what you can do, especially how the migration of tool customers to AppRadar works. And hopefully I'm also going to give you a quick insight into what we are having on the roadmap for the next month. And therefore, yeah, the same for me. I'm happy to be here, happy to answer some questions that you might have. And let's look what's coming up there in the webinar.
Yeah, then also, hey guys, from my side, my name is Thomas. I'm the CEO over here at AppRadar. I'm really pleased to be in this meeting today because I think that this is really one of the biggest milestones that we had so far in the history of the company of AppRadar, which I founded back then a little bit more than 5 years ago with Christian, who was the CTO back then, is now also responsible for innovation over here at AppRadar. I think it has been quite a journey, those 5 years, and I can just underline what Daniel said in terms of the industry is growing, the need for professional solutions out there to help you guys out there, helping your app business on the one hand to analyze it, and on the other hand to find optimization potential and to grow it, I think is one of the biggest challenges that we will be seeing over the next few months, over the next years, because the app ecosystem, the app stores itself are getting more and more competitive, and we want to give you the advantage to stand out. And therefore, I'm pleased to be here in this round today, and would already like this chance now to transition a bit into the reasons why we were deciding to join forces, why we think this is a good idea. So first of all, when talking about this, I have to say the reason why this was even possible was because the visions of the tool as well as the vision of AppRadar were quite aligned. For us, as well as for the tool, always the customer, the benefit for the customer is in the center of everything that we're doing out there. So what's up for you guys, what's in for you guys is that what drives us, and therefore we're trying to build a really comprehensive app marketing solution that will help you getting the most out of your app business that you have, getting the most out of your apps that you are running. From a business point of view, the acquisition is also interesting for us because we're an Austrian-based company. So I would say we're kind of in the center of Europe, but now also with the tool, who we're starting from Barcelona, from Spain. It's also good for us because we are also expanding, I would say, our awareness, our brand awareness over to also, especially Spain in this direction, but also the tool like AppRadar has customers everywhere around the world. So therefore, it's kind of, I would say, geographically centered in Europe, but in the end, we're helping clients, users, customers all around the world to boost their app success. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to working together also with Daniel more closer over the next couple of months, because I think it's one thing is very clear that Daniel is very knowledgeable in the field of app store optimization, as well as in the field of SEO. And also in the field of running app businesses, starting businesses. As he also mentioned, he has a good track record in this already, a lot of years of experience. And yeah, Daniel, what do you think? How will the next couple of months look like for?
Oh, I'm very, very excited. That's the thing right now. I completely agree with you, Thomas. We always put the customer in the center of everything because the customers are the base of any business. And I'm also happy to be working with you guys to create new stuff, to innovate, to keep on innovating in the industry, which I think is key in any business, but most for all in the digital businesses where you have to be continuously evolving, continuously innovating, and creating new surprising stuff. You have to surprise customers as well. And from my point of view, we reach where we reach with the resources we have, which bootstrapped the tool in 2017. And we started being a 2-3 people team, then we grow to 4, then 5, and so on. But we have always done everything with our own resources. And 1 year ago or something like that, I started thinking, what should be the next movement of the tool of the company to keep on growing, to keep on organically growing? Because the reality is that at the tool we have had an also organic growth in terms of SEO, in terms of partnerships, in terms of webinars and events, in terms of everything related. And I wanted to keep on building something very, very big. And then I already have had a good relation with my friends at AppRadar from some years ago, because in this industry we know each other, we know everyone in the industry, and it's a very nice industry in terms of also we were competitors. We were also friends. So it's a nice, it's a beautiful competition. It's not a bad competition. It wasn't a bad competition because right now we are also married. And to create, to keep on creating or growing the company or the tool and make it even better. We thought getting married with someone like App Radar was a good idea, and now my goals, my personal goals, is keep on creating amazing new ASO stuff with App Radar awesome team, and on the other hand, I want to boost my publisher business because since almost 8 years ago, I've been launching and growing also mobile apps and games. And I want to focus on that area of the business because I want to learn from, I want to know a bit of everything. And I really had the need of testing everything. And I want to test that business model. But also I want to create new businesses. As I told you before, I'm an extreme entrepreneur. I can't stop thinking of new ideas, and I have to make them real. I have to make them possible.
Cool, yeah, perfect. I think that also, once again, this is drawing the line where we also want to head towards to with App Radar. That especially, getting also enabling guys like you, Daniel, then also to become successful with their apps, publishing them, making this process as smooth as possible, and to really nail it, so to say. Good. I would suggest that we jump over to the next section of today's webinar, because a lot of the guys who are here in the webinar will be asking themselves the questions, okay, what does this now mean? I am a tool customer, or maybe I am an App Radar customer. What does this now mean to me? So here the thing is, the plan is that we're going to follow within the next couple of weeks is that we're going to migrate features that the tool has and App Radar doesn't have yet over to App Radar. We have already been doing this over the last couple of weeks. So some of the power users of App Radar have probably already seen that we have been pushing a lot of features recently. This was one reason exactly from this, but also on the other hand, like mentioned previously, I think the visions of both companies are just super straight aligned. So therefore it feels very natural also for us to be focusing on the features that are coming next. The reason why we want to do this is also we don't want to make life for you guys out there too complicated, and to so that you also have this one tool where you know, okay, there I can log in, can analyze my apps and can optimize them. And this will be App Radar. So therefore, once we migrated the features from the tool over to App Radar, it is our plan that we're going to shut down the tool. But for all the tool customers out there, you have already received an email from us with also more detailed information what this means to you. Generally speaking, the plans that you're currently having at the tool will be migrated over to App Radar. You will be getting even more features for the same money that you're currently paying. So therefore, I think here it's a really win-win situation for you, because we have also been working very closely together with the tech guys from the tool to get also the feedback from them on, what are the coolest features, the most used features at the tool, and how can we incorporate them over to App Radar. Good. I think that for the next section now, to not only talk about how easy it is actually to migrate your apps from the tool over to App Radar, not only talking about it, but also we want to show you how easy this really is. And therefore, Silvio is now going to take over and show you the process of how you can easily import your tool, your projects that you have at the tool over to App Radar.
Yes, thanks, Thomas, for the intro. So as Thomas already said, since Tuesday, we are shooting out a lot of emails to all of the tool customers who receive basically an invitation and also a first welcome, so to say, from App Radar. And I will now show you how this invitation looks like, so that you also understand why we sent that to you, and also what's the benefit of really acting on that email. And you will see how to really migrate your data from the tool to App Radar. So let me share the screen with you. Just one moment. Okay, so I hope you can all see my screen.
Looks good.
Super. Okay, so this is the email that we send out on Tuesday and also on Wednesday, also on Thursday, depending on the customer base, so to say. First of all, very important, it says in the title, action needed, so really act on this email. What we basically do is we give you here an AppRadar plan that is equal or equivalent with the tool plan at the moment. So what we try to do, as Thomas said already, we try to give you really a bigger feature set for the same price and offer you a solution that really nicely makes you able to import projects from the tool to AppRadar. So let's do this together. At that stage, I will show you how it works. It's quite simple, but nevertheless, let's have a look at it. So you click on the button, claim your account. As soon as you did that, you get to our landing page in AppRadar, where we are basically just asking you to set a new password for your account. So what we did in the background already, we imported a lot of account details, so to say, from you, that we have a matching between the plan that you have at the tool and the plan that you have at AppRadar. And what we require you to do right now is simply to set the password for that account, so you can also verify that it's the same email address with what you signed up at the tool at the moment. So I will do this right now. I'll set my password. And also there's one option that is really interesting. If you're interested in the free demo call that really goes into a bit more of the details, then click that checkbox here, and our support team will receive an email, so to say, and also follow up with you regarding the next demo slot. Let's click on activate my account. And in that moment, we are transferred to the AppRadar web app. You can now see you are greeted, so to say, by AppRadar again, and we are really highlighting now the possibility how to get started in AppRadar. First of all, you have like two different options. Either you can click on the Import My Projects button, which will actually do nothing else than just importing all the projects that you have currently set up at the tool, including the countries, including the tracked keywords, including the different store views that you have, so to say, so the Apple and the Google. Or you can take the other option and start fresh. So if you're not interested, so to say, in that moment, let's say, to really import everything already, but you just want to rather try it out, you can also take this button. And nevertheless, you will always have in the top of the web app the opportunity to also click on the Start Import once again. So you can do that also after that step. So this is just a nice beginning, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Also, furthermore, here in the bottom, we have also linked our FAQs. I think also Elisa will send that into the chat. And here is once more a lot of questions answered around the migration of accounts, like a couple of deadlines are in there, what you need to pay attention to. And we're also explaining the import process once again. So really take use of this as well. And if you have any other questions, just always reach out either via the chat bubble on the right bottom, or you can reach out via support@appradar.com and you will receive help from us.
Silvio, sorry to interrupt. Daniel, what do you think of this easy way that we built of migrating the projects over from the tool into AppRadar? What do you think about that? Daniel, you're muted if you're currently, yeah.
Sorry. I really think it's awesome to move all the projects, all the apps, all the games, all the countries, all the keywords with just one click. It's awesome. This makes people's life easier when moving from one tool to the other tool. So congratulations, team. A good, really good job.
Thanks very much, Daniel. Okay, and now before I click the button, I really keep my fingers crossed that everything works. It does usually work, but maybe it's a showcase effect. But let's see. I want to jump quickly back into the tool and kind of show you my setup here. So for the tool users of you, you already know how this is looking like. When I now go back to the main starting page of the tool, you can see I have currently 3 different projects. I have the Adidas running app, I have Floppy Bird and another Floppy Bird, one for iTunes and one for Android. And those are my own apps, whereas Adidas is unfortunately not my own app, but I still have it here in the tool. And now we will also look into the project itself. And we will also take a look at the keywords that we're having here. So I have currently a couple of keywords that I want to migrate. I'm sure you guys have way much more than that. but just for a showcase effect, I selected now a couple of keywords here, and now we're gonna just click on the import button inside AppRadar and see what happens next. So right now we're processing the data. We're trying to create a connection to the tool, and then perfect, import was successful. So right now we imported basically all the projects that you saw also right now in the tool into AppRadar. We can see they are right now here. We can go to the Google project and also jump right away to the keyword tracking section, and there you will see exactly the same keywords that you have set up. Also, this is something new that we created as well. We have a product tour, so please make sure to also click it through. It explains a lot of the tool already and helps you get started in that process.
Maybe at this stage also jumping in a little bit, because we received a question from Conrad, where Conrad was asking if you're also going to keep the keyword efficiency index metrics, which are being used at the tool, and also migrate them over to AppRadar. The answer to this is, as you can see over here as well, is that we are using different kind of possibilities as well, how you can analyze your keywords out there and find the best keywords for your app. So the long story short is we are having different possibilities over here at AppRadar that bring you to the same kind of results. But nevertheless, we are always trying to make this even better and easier for you guys out there. So therefore, might also be that there might be something similar coming up at AppRadar's site as well.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. Yeah. Now taking over, one thing that is really important, and it also relates a lot to the metrics that you also have seen already as part of using the tool. These are the performance metrics related to your app directly. So what we cannot do due to security concerns, we cannot really take over your connection that you have currently set up in the tool with the app stores. So by the app stores, I mean now really the Apple App Store console, Connect.
App Store Connect.
App Store Connect, exactly, and the Google Play console. And this is something that you need to really do fresh in AppRadar as well. So it's really simple, and it's really prominent in our tool that you need to do that in order to access all those metrics. So you click on Connect App here, for example, or you will also see it throughout the main menu on the left side when you come to pages that require an active connection. So let's click here. You have basically two different options of connecting, whereas we will soon make the alternative connection the primary connection, so to say. So I right away suggest that you use the alternative connection instead. Because in this way you can create a new user for us and invite that user, so to say, and give the permissions that you're interested in giving to us. With this one, it would just require that you put your own email address and own password, so to say, of your Google account, and you don't have the opportunity to really restrict basically the permissions that you want to give us. So by clicking on the alternative way to connect, you see here a nice explanation how everything is working. And when you go through that process, we're guiding you through that step here. Make sure to invite basically this address that you see here. Here also a brief explanation. You might see a different color here in front in the name. This is something where we are changing email addresses, so don't be surprised when you see here, for example, green@appradar.com or something else. And once you have done that, once you have selected the permissions that you want to give us, then basically you will receive from us an email in the last step that says, once again, okay, now please confirm that you are the owner, so to say, of that developer account. And once you have confirmed that email, we will build up the connection in the background, and you will have here those different widgets on the dashboard, for example, also functioning. And you will also able to use different functions of our tool that are really key in AppRadar, that are really a nice USB of AppRadar, and I will get back to them in a moment. So now I'm gonna jump also in a real AppRadar project that I will open here next to it. So I will, for a second, log myself out. So, and jump in with an account where I have already that connection set up. So this is now also our starting screen, so to say, when you log in, when you freshly log in, and you can have also now a quick look which project do you want to jump into. We are gonna jump into the Google Play project. And now you can see very nicely all the different charts and widgets are now available because we have an active connection. So we tried really to put the dashboard in the center of AppRadar. So the dashboard is able to give you all the information that you need in order to get a brief look on how well your app and your initiatives in terms of ASO are currently doing. So starting from the app metrics at the top, you can look at the conversion rates here on the right. You can even look a bit in the app performance metrics, so in the uninstalls, in the crashes and not responding rates. And then we get further to the ASO related rates. So for AppRadar users, this is something also that we launched last week. So the keyword distribution chart is a new feature of us. You are already used to this in the tool, but AppRadar had a different function for this before, but we already migrated, so to say, one of the functions from the tool into AppRadar during the last week. And then also going further, we have also the ASO score that you're used to from the tool at the moment. We go further. When I would have now a well-functioning app such as Adidas, I would see here some things. Currently, my app is unfortunately not performing so well in the category, so it doesn't show up right now. I don't have any featurings, but as soon as there would be featurings, you would also nicely see them here on the dashboard. And you can even look at your latest ratings and reviews that you get. And then basically going away from this nice dashboard, we're gonna head over to the main navigation on the left side, where you see different sections. We have created basically an overview section where you can analyze everything related to your app and your connection with the app, so to say, going a deep dive into the app metrics, for example. So you can look at the different sources. You can go back in the history. So we can also select here, let's say the last 90 days, for example. This is also something that will be available even when you only set up your connection right now. So we will go in the past and get all the data from you so that you can really use AppRadar as the main tool that you use in order to analyze how your initiatives are performing. You can then switch on here on the chart the different sources so that you can really analyze also where those things are coming from and get a nice overview again if your changes in the keywords are working or if your campaigns are working that you're doing on the paid side. You can then go to countries, for example, and also check where you get the most downloads from in terms of the country. And again, just switch it on here so that you see it on the chart. And you can again analyze each country on its own. You can switch between the views, so store views, how many store views do you get, how many installs, how many sales if you have a paid app or in-app sales. And you can also deep dive here in the conversion rate analysis. So and then going further, basically a couple of nice features. Our navigation is built up in that way that we have first the overview, then we go into a rather new section of us, which is the Analyze Market section, where we also incorporated now the app downloads feature, which was, I think, called Spy Competitors at the tool before. And we also will soon integrate the download trends feature that you also used from the tool at the moment. And then we go further basically with the entire workflow. So really saying you start analyzing your keywords. We have already had a brief look at the tracking. I'm also going to show you the ranking of keywords. So you really see for which keywords you are at the moment ranking. You see the search volume of those keywords. You can also filter them out here and say, I only want to see keywords that are really of importance, so to say. By doing that, I remove all the keywords that have a really low search volume. And when I sort according to the search volume, I can also now see without actually adding keywords, I'm told like, what am I ranking for? You can also really nice here select a couple of competitors from you and also check this information out for competitors. So when I use now, for example, Flappy Crush, which is also a known game, then I can see exactly what are they actually ranking for. And this is something really nice. And you can spy in that way, so to say, also on what keywords are they performing really well, what keywords might they be using in the metadata themselves. And you can also compare your keywords, so to say, with competitors. You can also check, I'm ranking on this one and my competitor is ranking on that one. So I just select here different competitors, for example, and I will see kind of what are we doing the same, what are we not doing the same. So again, also to just offer you a nice possibility to do that. When I go on shared keywords, I see everything, so to say. The tracked keywords are only the ones that I was tracking before. And as we saw, I had only, I think 9 or 10 keywords tracked so far. But this is some nice view of the shared keywords that really shows you everything your competitor is ranking on and compares it with what you are ranking on. At the moment, I understand that I have selected TikTok here, which is putting a lot of load on our database at the moment. So I'm really waiting for the result for a bit, because they are ranking obviously for a lot of terms. That was probably not the best idea, but okay, perfect. So I can see, of course, with my bird game, I'm not ranking on TikTok, but I can see very well how they are ranking, how well they are ranking, and I can see they are on rank number 1. I don't have a rank here, so that's a really nice feature. And then also for people who are doing Apple search ads or Google app campaigns, we also have here a search ad section where you can once more also analyze how well your campaigns are running. So that's why I took TikTok here. I'm gonna select TikTok for United States. And I just want to see right now, like what's their share of voice, first of all, and what are the keywords that are showing campaigns on the App Store for TikTok right now. So this takes also a bit. We're loading quite some heavy data in the background here, but once it appears, it really gives you a nice overview of how strong their paid user acquisition is actually functioning.
Daniel, what do you think so far? How do you like it so far? What do you have also now seen here, AppRadar digging into detail, also when you're drawing the...
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, because I was a hardcore user of the tool, for sure. The top one hardcore user of the tool, and now I'm becoming a hardcore user of AppRadar. So it's awesome. Please, Silvio, go on. Show me more.
I will. And it gets even better. So basically, now we come to the real benefit of AppRadar. Aside from all the stuff that you do in the analysis, we also have the opportunity to really modify the App Store listing on the fly. So what we have here is our store listing editor. We have different editor types. So whether you want to just take the normal one, which is the most powerful one in terms of working on one screen and taking the analyzed keywords into the metadata, or you are like a big company, you have like different locales that you want to update, then you can also use the bulk editor, where you can do that with one click, so to say, update a lot of different locales. Looking into the store listing editor, we have also prepared now, first of all, a list of tracked keywords that you can see here on the right. So those are exactly the same that you had before in the analyze section. And we have on the left side all the different fields that you need and that you can update them. So for example, I can also check out what are my competitor names at that same moment. I can get some inspiration from here. I can do the same with the short description, and I can also modify my long description here in that case. And I can always just jump back to this one. I can use the same way keyword tags that I have prepared up front and really find the correct keywords, copy them from here, or just write them here, however I prefer. And then we have also a quite nice feature here, which is the store preview. This really also shows you how your preview will look in the end. This is probably not the best practice how you should do it. Watch our videos, you will get some insights here. And then you also get going with modifying basically your App Store presence inside AppRadar. And once you're satisfied with your changes, so we can do that at the moment also. For example, here, I'm just gonna put an equation mark in the end. It tells me to save basically this version. And if I would want to publish it now to the App Store, I just have to click one button, export to Google Play in that case, and it will shoot out to Google Play and will be live in a couple of minutes or hours, depending on how long Google takes on the review. This is really a powerful feature of AppRadar, and I suggest everyone to give it a try. And at the same time, I was mentioning before the bulk editor, which is for our power users. So you can see you can do it for all the different locales. You can make changes on the fly. You can, for example, everywhere in the end, if you decide you want to have 2021 in the app name, you just copy it down here, you know, and it's something that goes really fast. And same thing again, you just save and export it to the Google Play Store and it's done. And you can do that for the title, you can do it for short description and the description. So depending on what are your needs, it really gives you a nice and very fast way to do that. And then coming to the last big section, I would say, of AppRadar is also the reviews management. So we have also the possibility to really read and reply to reviews. You can also use templates for reviews. And for doing that, basically, you just click here on reply. You can use, for example, the templates that you have here. Let's say I want to answer a negative Spanish template in that case. So I have some predefined templates. and I would just click and reply to this review, and it would shoot out the same way. And in a couple of minutes, it's available in the app stores. You can also sort here by country. You can sort here by different other filters. So being the version or the rating and the review. You can also select how many, I only want to show the ones that I have unanswered. Basically, it's a really nice workflow tool as well. They are all unanswered at the moment. And yeah, the same thing, templates are here. This is basically that. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it from the current perspective. I was already telling you before that we have already implemented the app downloads feature, which is also a really nice feature in my opinion. I have put here different how to call them, video call providers, and you can also look here at their downloads, so to say. You can look via daily chart, or you can also look via the total chart. Total chart is just not so exciting when you don't have any huge campaigns going on, especially for those huge companies. You won't see that much changes on a short time period, so just select a bigger one. And you can also do that based on the developer view, the same as you're used to from the tool right now, so that you can really check out also Microsoft Corporation, for example. What apps do they have? I see here a nice distribution down there of the different apps that they have, and can also check out their downloads and overall compare, for example, now one app developer to another with this chart. And I can clearly see here that, for example, of those three, of course, Zoom Cloud Meetings is the one with the least downloads in total, but that's of course not surprising at the moment.
At this stage, sorry to interrupt, Silvio. At this stage, I really have to say that this is one of my probably most loved features that we have been adding over to AppRadar, because this really gives you so many insights into the app industry out there. And I think that the preparation that we built up there, with the inspiration from the tour, what Daniel was building up there, is giving you really amazing insights into the app market. So you can identify apps that are currently trending. You can identify complete market segments and find out who are the biggest shareholders, so to say, who is taking the biggest portion of the pie in specific market segments. I think this is really amazing, and I have spent already a lot of hours using this feature and just analyzing stuff and clicking around. Yeah.
I want to add something very, very quick about this feature, which I also think it is awesome. And the thing is that data from this feature is really, 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 really accurate, and it's so trustable. So good job again, guys. Good job moving this feature or transferring this feature.
Thanks very much. Yeah, and also what we do here is, as well, at the moment, so by this week, when you go into the feature, we do not have yet data from the past. So we started implementing that feature on the 5th of February, but we will take use of the data that the tool has already gathered for all the years. And we will also implement now the history, so that you can also then check out larger timeframes in the next couple of weeks. And then you can really go back for, I think, 2-3 years, Daniel. I think you have that feature already for quite some time online.
2 years, I think, Silvio.
Perfect. Yeah, that's really cool. And this once again shows also like how well it is working out between the two companies of us to really take the most out of it that we have gathered on different data points, and then make it available for the audience. Then I see a question regarding the downloads per keyword.
Exactly.
This is something that we at the moment have here in the Google basically, so installs per keyword. This is directly coming from the App Store console. There's also right now the new feature available in the consoles, where you can not only just see it for the month, but you can also dig in it on a daily basis. This is something that we also have on the roadmap for the next month to come. And we will also give it a try for doing that for the Apple App Store. But this is all not immediately coming, but we have it on the roadmap. And then also what is on the roadmap I want to talk about today is basically our step towards going into the paid user acquisition. So at the moment, ASO is rather perceived as something of organic installs, but we really want to make the next step now with AppRadar going into paid user acquisition. And by also doing that, we're talking about integrating AppsFlyer, for example, for you to analyze all the data that you have, for example, in AppsFlyer, And then as a next step, we are also going to build a feature that will have the name Ad Insights, which will show you really like how much money are you spending on your different campaigns, may it be on Apple search ads or Google App campaigns or Facebook or Instagram, etc. So we really want to go in there, and then you can also compare it with the revenue that you're making in those campaigns. So this also, once again, putting that in correlation with install data that you get from here, from the app stores directly, comparing it with different campaigns that you're running in order to really manage your budget, take the most out of it, and make the best initiatives. Yeah. So Thomas, I'm I think done with my short and hopefully insightful introduction of AppRadar. If you have any questions about this, feel of course free to answer them or to ask them right now, and we will answer them immediately. Or otherwise, watch the videos, use our academy. Feel free to join webinars, as Elisa said before. It's really up to you to ask as much as you want, and we're happy to answer.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much for the demo tour, Silvio. I think this was very insightful. I have to say it was probably also the first demo that I saw from you. So as being me sitting there and looking to you, and it was really cool experience. So I think you prepared it very well. And you also shared a lot of information with our audience, and we're sharing how they can easily benefit now also from AppRadar with their TheTool account, and also what they are known already from the tool. Just once again highlighting also a little bit the vision, where is the next steps going towards to. As you have been seeing, we have a lot of very specific features already that help you analyzing where is your organic traffic coming from. So which keywords are there driving your traffic, also giving you insights, which keywords can you optimize to actually get more traffic and to boost your organic growth throughout different countries, because I think one of the big trends that we all already know when it comes to App Store optimization is the topic of localization. So this means that you don't want to only be found within one specific country, but you want to be found in various countries that are your market out there. And the outlook is now that we're going to add even more features, but those features more going also towards the direction of adding paid user acquisition as one big portion into AppRadar, with the goal that you have one dashboard where you can easily analyze your app, where you can easily identify optimization potential, and where you can also easily execute this optimization potential without having to log in various tools, various consoles, and all this stuff. You can do the stuff directly from AppRadar. This is where the direction is going. Daniel, what do you think when you saw the demo? Already looking forward to also spending a lot of time in AppRadar.
I'm already logged in AppRadar right now, and I'm clicking like crazy into every feature and every data. I think you guys have an awesome tool. Sorry, for sure. But I wanted to add. Something else, is that I have some new features in mind that you guys from AppRadar don't know, and the audience also doesn't know. And I think that they can have a huge impact, because I think that right now we have the resources and we have the position or the opportunity to rock the industry. So we will surprise for sure the audience, but I think I'm surprising you too as well.
Great. I like your surprises. I hope. Yeah, good. There is also one question which came up from Conrad again, where he was asking what is going to happen with the ASO Academy at the tool site. Conrad, good news for you. First of all, we're going to keep the tool website like it is at the moment, also with the content there. We're also going to, over the next couple of months, also to add more content there. But once again, also highlighting that really the appradar.com is kind of our main platform. And the good news now for you, Conrad, is that also at appradar.com, you can also find our academy, which is focused on the topic of App Store optimization, as well as on the topic of App Store advertising. So you can also check this out and have even more good content where you can dig into Also, like Elisa already mentioned, we're posting a lot of videos on YouTube, which are also very actionable and insightful, where you can really learn and get the most out of it to become the next app marketer of the year. When talking about questions, we also have another question from Paul, which I think is also an interesting one. Paul wants to know if we're going to integrate the Huawei App Gallery into the Radar, or if it is on our radar to integrate it, which is an interesting question, yeah. I can tell you it is totally on our radar. Right at the moment, we are not allowed to talk more about it, but I can tell you it is on our radar, and stay tuned for this. Good. Just once again, also incorporating the audience, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Elisa, I think we have a bit of time planned now for the Q&A section, if I'm right.
Yes, totally.
Good. Remy, you mean probably if you can get the download of the recording, right? I assume that this was your question. Elisa, I'm putting this question towards you. Will be there a recording of the webinar?
Yes, so by next week, we're gonna have an email from one of our team members with the webinar recording, so it's totally fine, you can get it. And as they said, if you have more questions about it, you can always reach out to support@appradar.com. And also maybe contact those guys on LinkedIn, they can also help you out with that.
Yeah, and also once again highlighting when you are going to import your projects from the tool over to AppRadar, as Silvio has shown within the dialog, there you have a tick where you can also tick it that you want to have a demo with one of our guys over here from AppRadar who are going to show you through the tool and answer all your questions that you have related to it. So therefore also be sure to take this free opportunity for you to talk with one of our experts who will also then give you all the insights, share all the information, and answer hopefully all the questions that you have during this process.
Thomas, maybe one thing that we should talk about as well is once again highlighting that the tool will be discontinued at some point. So currently also, as you can see in our FAQs, we have planned the date for this to be the 14th of April. And that means also start getting used, so to say, to AppRadar, start importing your project, start trying around. You have now the chance to really use both of the tools at the same time. But really by the 14th of April, make sure to have already migrated everything and already, in ideal case, get used to AppRadar. That will be easier, so to say, for you in the long run. But nevertheless, as Thomas mentioned, reach out to our guys. We're very interested in helping you do that step, so to say. And if you have any questions, we're really open to get them all answered and support you in that process. But I think it's something that our visitors today and attendees in the webinar should keep in mind, that there is a hard deadline.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, just regarding this, also if you guys follow the tool on social media, just move over to AppRadar, because also by the end of April, we also are going to stop posting there. So then AppRadar social media channels will be the hub for app marketing news, ASO tips. So even the YouTube channel, everything's going to be now at AppRadar. So just don't forget to follow, but we're going to be sending you reminders there. So also fine.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that over the next couple of weeks, you will be hearing a lot from us. But I think that's a good thing because we also have a lot of cool and awesome content to share with you guys. Right at the moment, we don't have any more open questions, and I also don't want to stretch this now into infinity. So therefore, I think if it's fine for you guys, we can come to the end of this webinar.